Joining me now is the President and CEO of the International Rescue Committee, David Miliband, former UK Foreign Secretary. David, thanks for being with us. So the IRC has a new emergency watch list out this week, but I want to start with Syria, which is number 4 on your list. How does the fall of the Assad regime impact the humanitarian crisis there? And what are the limitations on what can be done as long as the leader of the rebel forces and his part of this very diverse group is under sanctions for being on the terror list?
Thanks very much, Andrea. Gaza and West Bank are number 2 on our watch list of humanitarian disasters awaiting us in 2025. And Syria, as you say, is number 4. So this is a absolutely pivotal news that you are reporting and has been happening, especially in Syria, over the last 10 days to 2 weeks. We've been working the International Rescue Committee in Syria since the civil war began. We never bought the argument that war was over because the country was divided. There were 7 million refugees outside the country, and there was huge need inside the country. I think there are some immediate priorities. The border crossings that have been closed by the Assad regime for aid are being opened. That's a big step forward. There needs to be a whole of Syria strategy for the distribution of humanitarian aid and the access of aid workers. That's a big step forward. There needs to be guarding against hyperinflation, because that's an obvious danger to drive people into humanitarian need. And obviously, the health system in Syria needs to be sustained, because that's been under enormous pressure. All of that is possible even before you get to the question of recognition with the new authorities. As it happens, we've had experience over the last 12 years in the northwest of Syria, our humanitarian work has been going ahead with 450 staff under the rule of those who are now moving into control of the whole of Syria. And I can report to you that they've allowed us to do our work without fear or favor. They've not tried to take our money. They've not tried to decide who we serve. And I think that's very important as we think about the needs of the whole of Syria going forward.
Let's turn to Gaza, which, as you point out, is number 2 on your list. The UN says that the humanitarian aid situation to northern Gaza is being blocked and has been for the last 2 months. This is an enormous area. It's an area where people were moving for safety. What needs to be done to get aid to the people who need it?
Yeah, well, Gaza has a population in total of about 2 million, as you know. There's been multiple displacement. And the north of Gaza is home to about 75 to 100,000 people, we think now. We have partner organizations working there. And it's absolutely correct that it's the most dire humanitarian emergency. The very cautious part of the UN system that ranks places for food insecurity, for famine, has put the north of Gaza at catastrophic levels. I have to say the center and south of Gaza is also at very high levels of humanitarian need. But what you're reporting about a ceasefire that would allow hostages to be released, allow aid to flow, allow aid workers to get to work, allow the injured to be treated inside Gaza, and those in great need to be tended to, that's desperately needed, because it remains an absolutely critical humanitarian catastrophe that's happening in that part of the world.